Good morning you guys, it's Karen and I'm here to do a review of this. This is the Care Lamps P150 unit. So as you can see, it's got 60 bulbs in there, and this is a combination of red light and near infrared light. So I'm going to pop that down because it's quite heavy. So I'm going to tell you what I use this for, what results I've had, and give you a little comparison to the current body face mask that I used, and why, you know, help you maybe decide why you would want each one, although I did talk about that in how to choose an LED therapy light. So this one, you can either stand it up, so I could put it on this desk and just sit in front of it, or you get a kind of hanging attachment for this where you could adjust the length and you could hang it on like a hook behind a door and sit in front of it that way. So it's quite versatile in that respect, but it's not a portable one in terms of you can't put it on your face or, you know, attach it to yourself and walk around with it, but then it's a much more powerful box. So I have been using this for a couple of things. I've been trying it on my face. I didn't start it until after I had finished the month using the current body face mask. To be honest with you, I probably should have used the current body face mask for 3 months and then done a review, and then maybe done this for 3 months and done a review. Some of you were asking me to come back and review the current body face mask, but I was just impatient. I wanted to compare the two and make a decision from there, and then, you know, use whichever one going forward that I felt was the best. So the way I use this on my face is I actually sit it on, my stool's not there, but there's a stool that goes with that vanity desk behind me, and I sit it on that stool but kind of leaning against the vanity desk, and then I sit on the floor in front of it, and that's how I use it on my face and neck. You only need to use it for 3.5 minutes. You get a little booklet with this that tells you what to use it for if you're looking for skin effects, what to use it for, or how long to use it for, I should say, if you are looking for deep tissue effects, and it tells you at what distance. So it's good like that. You've got your little booklet to refer to. So I used it for my face and neck for 3.5 minutes every day. I used it on the back of my neck every day for a month as well, with the idea being to maybe help my headaches, because I get really bad neck pain as well as the headaches, and sometimes the headaches are caused by the neck pain. I also used it on my knee. I've got problems with my knees, and I also briefly used it on Watson. I didn't use it every day on Watson because I just couldn't get him to sit still. I actually put the current body face mask on his tummy sometimes, and he was not too bad with that, but he just, I think especially because it's hot and this one does generate a little bit of heat, he just didn't like it. So let me tell you my experience of this. I absolutely love this box and I really enjoy the experience of this. I got in touch with customer service from Care Lamps and asked them about the goggles, and I was just saying, you know, do you have any more comfortable feeling goggles and whatnot? And they referred me to a lot of research, and some of the research does show actually that there is no damage to your eyes. You can keep your eyes closed. The problem with the damage is if you are staring directly at it for like hours and hours and hours on end every single day. It's not. And that's true. As soon as I read that, I thought, or as soon as I read what they had replied to me, I thought that's true. Even the research I looked at was talking about really more industrial workers that were exposed to near infrared light constantly. And also I found another study that was showing that actually it could be quite beneficial to your eyes. So I kind of soothed myself that there was, or reassured myself if you like, that there wasn't going to be any issue with me using this without the goggles, and that would give me an opportunity for it to work around my eye area. So I stopped using the goggles and I would put a timer on my phone for 3.5 minutes, just sit with my eyes closed in front of this, and it just is so lovely. I always used to enjoy sunbeds, and I say always, when I was younger I enjoyed sunbeds, and in fact it shows you how far we've come, but a GP actually once suggested to me to go on a sunbed, and it wasn't anything to do with skin or anything, it was to do with relaxation, because he was asking if there was anything I could do where I wasn't like multitasking and that would just kind of relax me, you know. And I think I'm taking this as my me time, and the feeling of warmth from it is just amazing. It's nothing like a sunbed. It's, you know, sunbeds are hot, but this is just a really gentle warmth, and I find it really, really enjoyable. So, and in fact, so much so that Kev actually said to me, why don't you go and do your LED mask one day? And I was like, why are you saying that? And he said, well, just because you keep on saying how much you enjoy it. And you know, it's your kind of time to just stop. And so I do at some point in the day, if I'm sort of running around, I'm like, right, I'm going to stop and do my LED sessions, because I do 3.5 minutes on my face. So like I said, I sort of prop it up and sit on the floor and just sort of close my eyes. Then I just turn myself around and it's propped up behind me, and I do 7 minutes on my neck. Then I will move it and put it against my knee and do another 7 minutes on my knee. When I turn it round and I'm just sitting with it on the back of my neck and on my knee, I can sit and I normally have a look at TikTok or Instagram and things like that. Things that I don't really have time to do at any other time during the day. You know, I'm normally too busy. And the face one, do you remember I said before that I don't like it would be a deal breaker for me if I can't do anything else whilst I'm having the treatment? It's fine with the face one because it's 3.5 minutes, and also it's just so relaxing. And because I found a comfy position to do it in, like I said, I could probably do that for, I mean, not that much longer, maybe 5 to 6 minutes, and that would just be nice for me. I think I'd probably start to get a bit antsy and a bit uncomfortable, but 3.5 minutes is nothing. It just passes so quickly, and I'm always like, oh no, it's over, you know. I should also say that they have got a great website. There is so much information. If you are somebody that wants all the technical information, you want to know what the irradiance is, etc., what the EMF is, it is all on there. You can find everything, the answer to any question on their website, and they're really, really good at answering questions as well. Okay, so let me tell you what my results have been, and I'll have a look at the before and after photos and tell you what, if anything, I think I can see. So, firstly with my knee has definitely been better the last little while, and that's probably the area that I thought it would work best, because it's where there is a lot of research for that. With it's arthritis that I have in my knees, and I can see when they are inflamed, and they have been inflamed, and I have used it and it hasn't developed, it hasn't got worse, you know. And on a day-to-day basis, I actually can't remember the last time I used KT tape, you know, the physio tape that I normally have on my knees all the time. I probably used it 3 weeks ago, something like that. I don't know whether that's directly down to this lamp, but it's definitely helping. That's something that I can go through. I can go through rolls and rolls of that stuff and wear like every day. Normally, if I feel like in pain and I'm limping, it's like, right, either you sit down and do nothing and then it will heal, or I'm going to end up with, you know, a really bad flare up. And that hasn't happened. I've had no flare ups from it. So that was a good result. With my neck and headaches, that's been really odd, because when I first started using it, I did have a real breakthrough in the headaches, if you like, in that I had probably a week without any, and I was like, wow, is this to do with this, you know? But then I've just had a flare up as well, so I don't know if it's affected my headaches at all, because it's been completely mixed with the headache results. With Watson, I didn't use it enough to be able to judge whether it worked or not, although we are on top of his inflammatory bowel disease. It's definitely, he's doing really, really well. In terms of my neck, there has been a couple of things that I've noticed, but I haven't managed to catch them on camera. So apologies for that. I don't have pictures of my neck, but that's something I'm trying to remedy now. I'm taking pictures of my neck constantly, and I will continue to use these devices and see, you know, if there is any, if I can capture it on camera. But one of the things I noticed was I got, and I do have this on camera, I got a horrible rash, I suppose you could call it, although it was like rings, from using the ordinary ascorbic acid powder. I used it with, I think it was just with a hyaluronic acid or some sort of serum like that, and I obviously used too much, and it just confirmed to me what I already know, that, you know, that level, a strong ascorbic acid just doesn't work for me. The timeless one I'm absolutely fine with. I don't know whether it's just in that powder form, and also the vitamin C, the 23% from the Ordinary, has done the same to me in the past, and I just had all these red marks on my neck, and I don't know why, but it always, when I have a breakout like that, I've had that before with retinol, the 1% retinol that they used to do in, I think it was in silicone. Oh my goodness, my neck was an absolute mess, and it takes weeks and weeks to heal. With this, what I noticed was I had the allergy before I started using this lamp, and I wondered if it would exacerbate it, because you may remember that I had a tiny little red mark when I did the video on how to choose a lamp, and I wondered if it was this lamp that was doing it. But I thought, let me try, and this will tell me, you know, if it exacerbates it. It was actually the opposite. It actually helped heal it, which is where the research lies. You know, it does say that it's used for wound healing, and actually it's used for chemotherapy rashes very successfully. So I noticed the following day that the rash had died down a lot, and then within 2 days it was gone, and that's not normally the case for me. It takes a long time, and it fades very slowly until eventually it disappears. But it just, after that session, after using that lamp, it just disappeared in a couple of days. So that was a real good experience. Okay, so let's have a look at the photos. So the first photo, I took the before on the day that I stopped the current body face mask, and then started with the care lamps the following day, and then I took this other photo yesterday. So firstly, I would say that I've managed to match the photos a bit better, because somebody had said that my eyes were different colours in the last one, which does suggest a difference in tone, a difference in colour of the photos. So these ones seem to be matched a bit better. I feel like I might have had some residual face tan on the left one, on the before picture, just under my lip, on my chin area. There looks like there's a bit of residual face tan, so that's not pigmentation. And then on the after picture, there's a bit of residual fake tan around my hairline, you can see there. But other than that, I think the photos are fairly, you know, the same angle and the same lighting, etc. So you will remember that I had some results with the current body lamp, and I felt that the fine lines, particularly under my right eye, so as you're looking at it, the one on the left, had improved in the length of the fine lines. On this one, I would say in that after photo, the lines look softened, and actually that line at the bottom, the bottommost line, does look ever so slightly shorter. But I don't know whether I'm imagining that, but I definitely think they look softer. There isn't anything else really that I notice here. So it'll be interesting to see what you guys see, because it really is amazing the different things that people see. And that is, you know, standard psychology, isn't it? You know, there is that situation of, if 100 people see an incident, most of the people seeing the incident will report a different view, you know, and so you sort of take the majority. So it'll be interesting to see what most people say, because like I said, when I show these pictures, some people will say, I see no improvement at all. Some people will say, oh my God, you look amazing in the after picture. Some people will be somewhere down the middle. Some people will point out things that I didn't even notice, and I'm like, oh yeah, that does look better, you know. So the only thing I see there is the softening of the lines, but I really like that. You know, this is an area that I would like to change, because I'm due to have Botox next week, which is another reason I didn't want to do the 3-month test, the 3-month comparison, because I didn't want to have anything in my skin. I haven't had Botox for 6 months at least. I can't even remember the last time I went, but I haven't had any Botox fillers, anything like that. The only time I have fillers is in my lip, and I haven't had that done for 1.5 years now. I usually just have Botox on my forehead, but I did have Botox in my crow's feet once. It doesn't work very well. I don't feel like Botox in the crow's feet does anything other than then when you smile, it looks a bit sort of out of proportion here. I don't know how to explain it, but I don't feel it really helps with the crow's feet. So this is an area that I really would like to work on. And so I'm really encouraged that I can see more results with using a different LED light on fine lines. I can't see any results with my hooded eyes, but honestly, I wouldn't expect to after 1 month or even 2 months. That's something I'd expect more to see between 3 and 6 months, because it's going to take that long to sort of, you know, rebuild collagen and whatnot, which are what the claims of this sort of therapy are. So let me show you one other picture. So this was just a simple before and after. Like I said, I took the before after, I used the current body face mask, and then the after I took, well, yesterday. Then I did another comparison, and this was, I had to colour match this a bit in Photoshop, but it was using the picture that was the after picture on the current body face mask. So where we could already see the differences in my right eye. But like I said, I had to sort of colour match the second picture because the tones were different, but I just thought it would be interesting to look at that one as well. So it's the same after picture, but it's the after picture from the care lamp. So that's what I'm using as the before. So it's still 30 days apart, exactly the same. But again, I still think that on the right hand side there, the lines look a lot more softened. The only thing I would say there is actually my eyes look a little bit worse. My hooded eyes look a little bit worse, but they also don't look as open in that first picture. Like I said, I don't seem to be able to get an absolute 100% identical photo, but I thought that might be interesting. Okay, so as you can see, I have definitely had some results from this, and almost continued results from using the face mask, but just in a different format. But there are some big differences with this box than the face mask. So what I've noted down is, firstly, this one is cheaper. This one is £209. This is called the P150. Let me show you how big it is again. So I use it in front of my face like so, and so I'm getting my face and neck in it. So that was, you know, one of the reasons for buying that size. But from that website, you can buy anything from a full length, full body one to a little individual one that you can, you know, sit in front of, that's a lot less expensive. So there's a few choices there, but I think that P150 is absolutely brilliant if you're looking to use it just on the areas that the areas that I was. Even that doesn't sound right, you know what I mean. So it's a little bit cheaper. This particular box is £209. The other one with the discount code was £249. With this one, there are more things you can use this for. So the face mask is obviously just for your face. If you want to work on fine lines and texture and collagen and all of that, that's what the face mask is for. But with this one, you can use this on joint pain, pretty much anywhere on your body. I can't think of anywhere. Maybe your stomach would be difficult to get it, you know, it might be difficult in certain areas, but certainly for my neck, it was pretty easy. Maybe your lower back. Well, no, you could put it on a seat and sort of lean back as long as you weren't leaning on it. It might be a bit awkward, but there's definitely more uses for this if you want to use it for other things, not just aging. This one takes less time. So even for the deep muscles, it's 7 minutes if you're putting it at 6 inches, I think it is. So there's less time because the face mask is 10 minutes. But I didn't mind the 10 minutes with the mask because it's portable, you know, so it's kind of swings and roundabouts. This one is more powerful. The mask, the current body mask, it has an irradiance of 30 milliwatt per centimetre squared. This one has an irradiance at 6 inches of 80 milliwatt per centimetre squared. So this one is actually a lot more powerful, which it would need to be for getting the sort of deep tissue action. This one you feel heat from, the other one you don't. The current body mask, there was no heat feeling whatsoever, but with this one I do feel heat. That to me is a pro. To some people that may be a con. You may prefer not to, because I know if you've got very, very irritated skin, heat in itself might be something that irritates it, but for me it didn't. It did actually work to soothe my skin, and I really enjoyed that fact. The cons are really, if you want to wear goggles, if you do want to be ultra cautious and wear goggles and protect your eyes, then obviously you're not going to get any action on your eyes. And the other, I suppose you could say, big con is that it's not portable, but it's only a con if, it's only a disadvantage if you want to specifically use it on your face and get on with things, in which case you might be better to get the current body mask. So I think, although I've identified those differences, it really did show me that it just depends on what you want to use it for. Because somebody did ask me which one would I recommend out of these two, but like I said, it would depend. If I would recommend it, if somebody asked me that question, I would say, well, do you want to use it for anything else? Have you got any kind of joint pain, or has anybody in your family got any kind of joint pain or anything that you want to work on? If so, get the P150. If it's just for you and you want to be able to get on with your housework and you don't have 3 minutes to sit in front of this, then get the current body mask. But if you do have the time and you don't mind the heat and you want to sit in front of this and you are working on anti-aging, then this one will be better because it's more powerful. You know, I think it's just down to your lifestyle, what you want to achieve, how much time you've got to use it, what experience you want from it. If you want to experience the heat from it, like I said, I really enjoy that. So going forward for me, I'm going to continue to use this lamp on my knee and on the back of my neck. And what I really want to do for my face is use both of them, because the current body mask is something that's just so easy for me to use in the living room when I'm sitting on the sofa or when I'm doing whatever I need to do. You know, you need to not have any makeup on for both of these. You know, you shouldn't have anything on your face at all. And the current body one is lovely and portable, so it's really easy to use. This one, I enjoy that sort of me time, but Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I'm going to have a little bit more of a research into it and find out, make sure I can't do any damage, because I think you can do damage with overusing these, with using them too much or for too long. So I want to make sure that if I used one in the morning and one at night, that wouldn't be too much. I don't think it would be, because, you know, if you can go to salons for these treatments, and they would be probably a lot more powerful. If it does look like it might be risky, then I will probably use both of them, but alternate them, and so just use whatever fits in best with my day. So when I've got to the point where I've got no makeup on my face, I will either come through and do my 3.5 minutes on my face, 7 minutes on my neck, 7 minutes on my knee, or if that day I'm rushed for time, I will do my current body mask. And I'm glad that I've got both of them. I don't regret either of them. I think they're both really, really useful in different ways, and are different experiences. So I hope that this was helpful. I'm sorry I can't be more clear cut and go, you should get that one and forget this one, because it just hasn't been my experience. But I will have another review for you on the neck and deck. So actually, I'm saying I don't know what I'm doing going forward. I'm not going to use this one on my face and neck. I've been using the neck and deck for a week now, so I'm not using this, and I'm not going to use this for another 3 weeks. I'm going to use a month of the neck and deck from the current body, so it goes round here and just sort of sits on your neck, and do before and afters on that and see how that goes. And then take it from there, because, you know, neck and chest area is something that a lot of us ladies are concerned about. So I'll come and do a review for you on that. Actually, if I don't see anything within a month, if I look at the before and after pictures in a month, I would probably delay it and do it in 2 months. And then again, delay it and do it in 3 months. And if I didn't see any change at 3 months, I would then come and say, I've seen no changes whatsoever. Just in case you expect that video in a month and it doesn't appear, that would be why. But for that period of time, I'll obviously avoid using this lamp on my face and neck. I'll use it on the back of my neck and on my knee, and I'll try and use it on Watson as well. So yeah, I hope that that was useful for you. I'd love to hear your experience with lamps, because they're becoming so popular, and I was so delighted to see Angie from Hot and Flashy doing a video, and I was like, oh my goodness, I hope she's had results, because, you know, here's me showing the results I've got from this mask, and I thought, I hope it's not just me, and I hope it just wasn't a fluke. But Angie pretty much had the same experience as me, and that made no difference to visible pores, but she did see some difference in the fine lines around her eyes, and I think she sounded as surprised as I was that it did actually work. So I'm really excited about this technology. So yeah, would love to hear from you. Thank you so much for watching. I'll list all of my makeup in the description, and I'll speak to you again soon.